Welcome to Middle-earth Adventurer. If you're just starting out in Lord of the Rings Online, you might feel overwhelmed by the vastness of this world, but have no fear, because today I'll guide you through the basics and set you up on a path to becoming a legendary hero. Let's get started. The first tip, the character creation. Character creation in LOTRO lets you play as many iconic races from Middle-earth, whether it's men, elves, dwarfs, hobbits, or even high elves. Each race comes with a unique trait, so pick one that fits your playstyle or the story you wish to tell. But if you're new to the game, do not stress too much over the different traits that they have, because at the end of the day, they're all quite minimal. By the time you get to endgame, there's really not much of a difference, so pick the character that you like the look of the most, that has the class that you'd like to play. Tip number 2, starting areas and map markers. Each race has a unique starting area. Don't rush through it though, play them, because these areas introduce key mechanics and offer valuable gear early on. You won't know what the area is unless you search online or play that race of character. But once you've played a few characters, you find the starting area that you like, you can easily get there all the time no matter what race you play, because you can just go to Stable Master and ride to that place. But pay attention to map markers. The ring icons mean a quest is available, and the rings with flames means it's part of your epic storyline, so don't miss those. Tip number 3, choosing a character for solo play. Some classes are better suited for solo play, meaning easier to play as a solo than others. So if you're planning to go solo, here are some of my recommendations. A hunter, because they're really good range damage, they get a few utility skills which is really handy, and especially for travelling, because they get unlocks to each of the major cities that they can use as a spell, so they don't have to ride there. The second one, in my opinion, would be the champion. Extremely good for dealing AoE damage to lots of enemies and surviving through tough battles. If you're like me though, my personal favourite has to be a guardian. A real tanky option. Extreme amounts of life can take one hell of a beating, so you'll always find an easy way out with them. And another contender is the Lawmaster. It's got crowd control, it has pets, which is really cool, so if you like pets, then that one's for you. But at the end of the day, choose whatever appeals to you the most, because any class can be played solo with enough practice. Tip number 4. In Lord of the Rings Online, crafting will be an essential part of your leveling process and your skills for endgame. When you reach the starting town, you've got various vocations to pick from, whether it's a tinker, an explorer, or an armsman, or even a weaponsmith. Crafting items can save you gold and improve your gear, so do not overlook it. I cannot stress enough, crafting in Lord of the Rings is essential and vital if you want to succeed. Tip number 5, leveling. Leveling in Lord of the Rings Online is mostly quest-based. Stick to the main storyline quests though when you get the chance to. These not only give great XP, but they also immerse you in the epic tale of Middle-earth that this game has to offer. I'm not saying forget the side quests and the tasks in each area, as they do provide XP and rewards that will help you on your journey. It's just the story quest is vitally important, because you don't want to have to level 2 areas away from where you previously were to go all the way back to continue with your story quest. So always do the story quest before you move on. Tip number 6, deeds and virtues. As you explore, you will complete deeds. These are mini objectives like defeating a certain enemy so many times or exploring specific areas. Deeds reward you with a thing called virtues, which act as passive buff for your character. Focus on virtues that complement your class. For an example, hunters will benefit from agility focused virtues like determination. You can always find out what virtues your character would benefit from by either doing a quick search online or even asking the community. They're always there to help out, and you will find that the Lord of the Rings online community is a very helpful. Tip number 7. As you adventure, your gear will take damage, such as your weapons and armour. Make a habit of visiting repair vendors in the towns or the outposts to keep your equipment in top condition. I cannot stress enough, when I very first started this game, the amount of times I was caught out while in battle and either my weapon would break or my armor would be completely destroyed, leaving me extremely vulnerable. So don't let it break, always repair. Tip number 8. Items you shouldn't sell. Not all items are just for selling in Lord of the Rings Online. Keep an eye out for certain crafting materials, quest items and rare drops. For example, crafting ingredients like hides or ores are always useful for crafting professions. Additionally, some items like tokens of salutation can be traded for reputation with the different factions for rewards. So always check what you're selling before you sell it. A quick search online or asking the community can save you from losing something valuable. So there it is, that is the beginner's guide. I hope these tips help you feel more confident as you start your journey through Middle Earth. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and share. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or tips for new players yourself. Until next time, happy adventuring.